What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is Coach Ken, and today we are talking about all things consistency and predictability in your lead generation. I don't know about you, but for me as an online service provider, I know that when I'm going to have calls on my books every single week, when I'm going to have purchases, when I'm going to have new clients coming in the door, I definitely feel a heck of a lot better. And this seems to be the biggest problem I see amongst most service providers and most coaches is that they have inconsistency in their lead generation, or what ends up happening is one week they have a ton of calls on their books, and then the next week, because they had so many calls on their books, they're not able to get their content up, and they're not able to do the things that were actually helping them generate revenue on a consistent basis, so that they kind of had this oscillation cycle where one week they have calls, next week they don't. Or maybe you're in the other boat where you just aren't booking as many calls as you want to be on a consistent basis. So is it possible as an online service provider to be able to create more predictability in your lead generation? And my answer for you immediately is absolutely yes, you can do this. It's going to be hard work and it's going to be a lot of consistency. If you want consistency and predictability, you have to be able to create that. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 3 things that I believe are necessary if you're an online coach, an online service provider, if you want to create more predictability and consistency in your lead generation. So let's dive in. So the first thing that you really need to know if you're looking to create more predictability in your lead generation, I'm going to say this till I'm literally blue in the face, guys, but you have to create a brand. Create a brand. What do I mean by this? Your brand identity is essentially the personality. It is basically what makes people think about you as the go-to for something. And so when you're cultivating a brand, I want you to think about it like this analogy, okay? I've given this plenty of times before if you've watched any of my other videos, but I always talk about a garden versus a net. If you want to create predictability in your lead generation, I want you to think of this analogy. So I want you to think about it like this. Every single day you're going out and you have this net and you want to go catch some butterflies. Every day you go out, you catch some butterflies, but one day you get a hole in the net. And so some of the butterflies get out. And then you go out again, and the next time that you go out, someone comes and they have an even bigger net. So you end up just going out and keep trying and chasing these butterflies till eventually there are no more butterflies left. Then you decide one day that you're going to build a garden. So you build this garden and it attracts all of these amazing butterflies. The butterflies start to make friends with birds, bees, and they start to pollinate the garden, and now they're telling other butterflies to come, and now you have this beautiful garden full of butterflies. I don't know about you, but I would much rather have the garden than be the person who's going out and chasing people with the net. And your lead generation is going to be very similar. So one of the best things you can do is cultivate an awesome brand that really speaks to your ideal client. Now, when a lot of people think about building a brand, think about it like this garden, right? You're creating something that's really attractive. It's really magnetic for people. And so in order for this to happen, you have to get really clear on who your ideal client is. You have to be producing and pumping out content in a way that's attracting your ideal client. And that means it's probably going to repel the people that you don't want to work with. Being really strong in your brand promise, always sticking to and maintaining integrity with your brand promise, the vibe, the essence that your brand gives off is going to be the thing that consistently draws people to you. Think about trying to really just be the go-to for something very specific, whether it's, women's weight loss for women who are age 40 to 50, or women who are menopausal and they're in that age range, right? What specifically is it? Do people come to you for, macro makeover recipes? Think about something really, really specific that when people think about it, you're the go-to that they go to on your page, because you're going to consistently have people coming to your page. And as long as you're taking the next few steps, which I'll be talking to you about, you'll be able to have leads on your page consistently for you to be able to capture them. Now, I'm not going to talk to you too much about capturing the leads and actually converting them. This is more so just about you being able to bring more to your page, but building that brand is going to be the first step in you being able to consistently generate leads. The second thing, if you want consistency in your lead generation, then you have to be actually doing lead gen activities every single day, meaning that you need to be selling every single day. Now, if you haven't caught this video here, I would go back and watch this video about how to sell your offer. I talk about in this video how to always reference and go back to your offer and how to be showing up in your content in a way that's captivating, but it also shares what you do and who you are for. Again, it's going to go back to, like I said, in branding, but you consistently need to be pumping out content that's speaking to your ideal client. One of the biggest mistakes I see for so many coaches is they are constantly putting out content that is educational and inspirational, but they're not actually putting out content that's built to generate leads and that's built to convert people into their offer. If you're just educating people and inspiring people, it's less likely that they're going to know what exactly it is that you do and how you can help them beyond just your free content. So if you want to be having more consistency in your lead generation and more predictability, what you need to be doing is planning when you're going to be doing lead generating activities. So I recommend that you get a Google Calendar. You put 30 minutes every single morning and every single night for you to DM and reach out to people who are either warm in your audience, or maybe people who have been watching your stories, or people who have been liking and commenting on your post. These are going to be some of the best people for you to reach out to. They already look at what you're doing. They're already on your page. So why not capitalize on building a relationship with them? If you want to consistently and predictably generate leads, then you need to be doing predictable things and consistent things that get you to sell your offers. So this means talking on your story every single day. This means getting posts up and getting feed posts up 4 or 5 times a week on your social media, actually DMing and building relationships with people who are already in your audience. And if you want to take it a step further, if you're really looking to expand and generate more leads, I recommend that you collaborate on going live with other coaches or other people that maybe have synergistic services in your niche and in your industry that allow for you to bring more people to your page, especially if you're on Instagram. This is a really easy way for you to continue to expand and bring new people to your audience. The third thing, if you want to have predictability in your lead gen, this is so underrated, guys. Please follow up with your leads. I recommend that you lead track. Anytime you hop on a call with somebody, if they give you a no, make sure you put them in a lead tracker so you can go reactivate them and follow up with them. One of the best things you can do when it comes to follow up is reactivate people with maybe a free resource. Maybe you have an email list or a Facebook group. You can easily take people that you don't sign up on a call and you can just retarget them later with email nurture, a free resource, or you can simply just reactivate them with a conversation and continue to build the relationship with them. Just because somebody said no to you doesn't mean it's a no forever. It might just be a not right now. I find so many people lose out on so much money and so much impact because they simply just move on whenever a lead says no to them on the phone. The fortune is in the follow-up, and I cannot express that enough. If you can create a way to consistently get leads into some kind of funnel, whether it's an email list, a Facebook group, or simply just putting them on your lead tracker for you to retarget them at a later date, or maybe if you're a launch-based business at your next launch, you are going to make so many more sales. I can't even begin to explain to you guys in the last 7 years of having my coaching companies, how many times I hopped on calls with people 1, 2, 3 times before they actually ended up signing up for my coaching program, or I just had 2 to 3 conversations with them before they finally sold into my program or bought one of our mini offers or mini courses. So if you want to create more predictability in your lead generation, I'm going to make this video super short and super sweet for you. Build a brand that's really magnetic. I have tons of videos about how to understand who your ideal client is and how to build your brand. So head over to my channel and check out some of those videos. The second thing is sell consistently. If you want to learn more about how to sell consistently, just head over to my channel. I have tons of videos on how to sell, as well as what you need to do in your content to make more sales and more content that will convert. And the third thing is make sure that you are lead tracking and make sure that you are following up with your leads. This is going to be one of the easiest ways for you to recapture people and people you already have a relationship with. So as simple as this might be, it really is just that simple. A lot of people overcomplicate what it means to predictably and consistently generate leads. What it is it's you doing actions over and over and over again until you become so consistent in them that people almost just expect you to show up. People are excited to see you show up, so they're magnetized towards your page. If you're looking to create more predictability and consistency in your lead generation, it comes from you building consistent efforts that you can then build a system around. Once you build a system around those things, then it's going to be more passive for you. But I wanted to make this video in a way where I could talk about the first layer, because most people want to build systems around their lead generation to create predictability, but they haven't even built the fundamentals on what it really takes in order for you to bring more consistency into your lead gen. Then you can create more predictability. So if you're struggling with generating leads, focus on these 3 things, and I promise you, you will make more sales, sign more ideal clients. I hope you guys loved this video. As always, I will catch you in the next one.